I'm the chairperson of Cotlands, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the 79th Ordinary Annual General Meeting. I'll be joined by Nozizwe Dladla, who's our CEO, our acting CEO, and our COO. And just for those of you who know Cotlands well, to explain the absence of Monica Stach, Dr. Monica Stach, our CEO. You know, at Cotlands, we're always asking ourselves, what if, what about? And a while ago, as the board, together with Monica, we really asked two big questions around what if. What if, Monica, were freed up from the day-to-day, incredibly onerous and seemingly never-ending responsibilities of being the CEO to really explore the for-profit enterprise that we've mentioned in the annual report? And the second what if was, what if we were to take our executive team and really help them develop their capability and their capacity? And so instead of just having succession plans on paper, actually start to trial those succession plans and give our executive team members the opportunity to step up and to see what it's like to be the CEO of Cotlands, both for their sake and for our sake. And so we moved from what if to, okay, we're going to do that at the beginning of August. And so Monica is on an extended sabbatical, doing precisely that, really researching Playland. And Nozizwe is the first member of the executive team to step up as acting CEO. And so far, by all accounts, has done a fantastic job. And that fantastic job will no doubt continue on today's AGM. So with that, handing over to you, Nozizwe.
Thank you so much, Niven. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Cotlands 79th AGM. As our chairperson has actually welcomed us all, I would like to share housekeeping rules for this actual virtual meeting that we're having today. I would request that we all mute our microphone when we are not speaking. Whenever we need to say something, may we please raise the hand function that we have. And also, can we actually make use of the chat function if you want to type something, if you want to say something and not able to speak. I would request also for all of us to put our videos off during these proceedings, except when speaking. And then whenever we are actually proposing, maybe proposing the minutes, seconding the minute, or any other discussions, may we also note that on the chat. Kerry will provide us with a cell phone number on the chat should we experience any challenges in voting in the chat. And also, may you kindly note that this meeting will be recorded. I'll then request you now that can you please get your annual report that was sent with the AGM pack in the link on your either phones or computers. And then we will be using the annual report or using that link for our icebreaker that is upcoming next. I am also requesting you all to please take out your cell phone and share the hashtag. The following hashtag is hashtag Cotlands AGM, as well as liking the Cotlands link on Cotlands on Facebook. If we could all do that, I would appreciate that. So taking out our cell phones now and sharing #Cotlands AGM and also like Cotlands on Facebook. I'll just give everybody like a second to do that. Okay, thank you. While we continue doing that, I'll actually request Kerry to actually project our icebreaker. It's a fun activity which we'll find actually fun and a nice activity to do. So as I've said that you'll have to go to the link and actually get the Cotlands annual report. Then we're having what we call an AGM scavenger hunt in the Cotlands 2023 financial year annual report for Cotlands. There'll be questions that will be asked and on the screen, and then we will like people to actually go where are the answers in the annual report, and the first person, the fastest attendee to find the answer and indicate the page number where the answer is, just quickly shout. You can shout your name and then let us know where did you find that answer or the response. Then the first question on our scavenger hunt is, how many children did Cotlands reach in the financial year 2023? So the first person to have the answer, please shout.
Angie.
Okay, let's hear the answer, Angie.
33,248
Page
children
number?
reached. Page number 1.
That is correct. Well done.
Yay!
Okay, let's move to question 2. Okay, question 2. Who was the top in-kind investor? The fastest person to find the answer, please shout. Who was the top in-kind investor?
Time's up, Nozizwe. Do you want to move to the next question?
Okay, time's up. Thanks, Kerry. Let's move to the next question. That's question 3. Okay, the question 3 is, what is the board attendance rate for this year? What is the board attendance rate for this year? 6 seconds left.
Maxine's hands
no.
up.
Okay, Maxine?
86%, page 53.
That is correct.
Thank you so much, Maxine. So we're going to be moving to question 4. Question 4, how many toys were lent out by Cotlands Toy Libraries? How many toys were lent out?
Maxine's hands up again.
Should I stop cheating?
Okay, Maxine, let's hear the answer.
Page 70, 37,537.
That is correct.
Wow. Okay, let's move to question 5. What was Cotland's key event in 2020? What was Cotland's key event in 2020? 20 seconds left. Tembi Ndubani's hand is up. Tembi, please give us the answer. Tembi is not responding. Marcel's hand followed.
Yes, good morning.
Cotlands Golf Day.
In 2020, Cotlands launched its first NVC online course for toy librarians using an e-assessment.
That is correct.
Oh, yes, Marcel. Thanks, Tembi. So we're moving into question 6. Question 6 reads, one of Cotland's strategic goals is to provide accredited and non-accredited online and face-to-face training for adults working with young children to improve the quality of play-based early learning programs. How many trainees were deemed competent by the training authority in the year under review? Maxine's hand went first.
If I read this correctly, it's 19, page 45.
That is correct. Well done.
Well done, Maxine. Okay, can we move to question 7? Which was Cotland's second biggest investor category for the year? Which was Cotland's second biggest investor category for the year?
Individuals, page 64.
That is not correct, Kumbarai. Page 64 is correct, but there is it is another sector. Anybody else want to have a last stab at it? I've given you the page.
Now we know the page. Okay.
No takers? No, Zizwe, can I?
Yeah.
It's corporates and trusts.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kerry. Let's move to question 8.
Here, corporates and trust are the biggest, not the second biggest.
Then I've got the question wrong, Kumbarai.
Can you go back to the question, Kerry?
I've got it wrong. Oh,
Which
where's the
was
question now?
Cotland's second biggest investor category for the year? So Kumbarai was correct.
So Kumbarai was correct. Thank you, Kumbi.
Thank you,
We
Kumbi.
have to trust the finance manager.
Okay. So question 8, who is the current vice chairperson for Cotlands? Cotlands board.
It's Tashiana Page.
That was
That is
Irene.
correct.
That's correct. That's correct, Kerry. Thanks, Irene.
Sorry,
Okay,
was I meant
so-
to say that's page 5?
Kerry, it is page 5.
It's page 52 or page 54. But it's fine. The answer is correct.
Thank you. So we are now on question 9. Who quality assured Cotland's non-financial indicators? Who quality assured Cotland's non-financial indicators? Counting down.
KPMG, from page 68, is their detailed report.
That is correct.
Thanks, Kumbarai. Question 10. What is Cotland's top risk? Counting down. Cotland's top risk. Let us know the answer and the page number. I see Theo's hand. Theo?
I don't have the document open, but the top risk is donor funding, the ability to attract donor funding.
It's pretty much correct, Theo. Thank you. It's decrease in funding adversely impacting the organization's sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Theo.
That's the end of the questions.
I don't think we have any other questions, Carrie. Do we
No,
have
that's
question
it.
11?
We are done. We've
Okay,
done all 10.
Okay, so thank you so much for paying attention to our annual reports and giving all the correct answers. I think it was only except one answer, Carrie, that we didn't find correct.
And the answer is Dr. Utker for the top in-kind investor.
That is correct.
That is correct, Aaron. Thanks. Okay. Thank you so much for the activity that we've done. We've done so well. So we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, where I would like to call upon our Cotlands chairperson, Niven Postma, to open this 79th Ordinary Annual General Meeting for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Nozizwe, and I really enjoyed that activity. Congratulations, Kumbarai and Maxine, for going straight to the top of the class. Apologies, Marcel, that you were the person who put up your hand the most and never got the answer in first. And Theo, I mean, jeepers, when you know the answer without even looking at the annual report, I mean, that's very impressive. And I suppose after 6 years of serving on the board, I have to say it's quite wonderful to see, Kerry, that you can actually make a mistake. I mean, it's only a mistake once every 6 years, but at least you can make one. So thank you for that and for getting us going. And so I am required to open the AGM by reading the following. Notice is hereby given that the 79th Ordinary Annual General Meeting of members and subscribers is being held virtually for Cotlands via Microsoft Teams on Tuesday, the 5th of September, 2023 at 8 a.m. And we have the following business: to read the notice of convening the meeting, to read and confirm the minutes of the previous annual general meeting, to receive and consider the following reports of the position of the organisation for the financial period ended the 31st of March 2023, the Chairperson's report and the Chief Executive Officer's report. To announce the amendments to the Constitution, to elect the members of the Board of Management for the upcoming year, to elect the auditors for the upcoming year, and to consider any business concerning the affairs of the organisation, which is brought under consideration by the reports submitted to the meeting. So with that, item 4 on the agenda is to confirm the AGM meeting minutes held on the 20th of September 2022. And so I would like to confirm those minutes. And if somebody could please propose that we confirm that, and somebody could please second it. If I could ask for a proposer.
Marcel, proposing.
Thanks. Marcel, you finally got a word in there. And Maxine is
I'll second.
Lovely. Thank you. Next item 5, is to ask if there are any matters arising from the previous minutes. I'll give a few seconds for anyone who has got matters arising to raise their hand. I'm not seeing any raised hands. I'm still not seeing any raised hands, so I'm assuming that there are no matters arising, and we will record the minutes of this meeting to show as much. And the next item is for me to present my chairperson's report. And here goes. In a year of continued transformation and growth, Cotlands has once again demonstrated its resilience and dedication to excellence in early childhood development. As chairperson of the board, I am really proud to share the successes and the setbacks of our organisation and reflect on the unwavering commitment of each Cotlander. This year has been marked by a number of significant deliberations and decisions, driven by the board's focus on maintaining our strong commitment to delivering value to our stakeholders and striving for excellence and impact in the local and international ECD sector. In addition to our normal roles of approving strategy and budget and conducting the CEO performance review, we also tackled various challenges and explored new opportunities. Our key achievements and decisions included exploring a for-profit enterprise that would leverage our extensive expertise in ECD to generate income for Cotlands. This venture aims to create a sustainable revenue stream that will support our organization's growth and allow us to continue providing vital services. We've conducted extensive research, and as I mentioned in my opening, Monica continues to conduct that research. and continue to engage in various discussions to identify potential business models and opportunities for this enterprise. Secondly, celebrating our 85th birthday, securing funds, and acknowledging our long-standing history of impact in the sector. In this milestone year, we organised various events and campaigns that showcased our rich heritage and the significant difference we have made in the lives of children and their caregivers and parents over the years. The celebrations also served as an opportunity to engage with our stakeholders, reaffirm our commitment to our mission, and forge new partnerships. We resolved an ongoing tenant dispute. The dispute resolution was crucial in mitigating potential financial losses and their impact on Cotlands' financial stability. Our board played an active role in overseeing the process and ensuring a fair and satisfactory outcome for all parties involved. Implementing and reviewing Cotlands' policy on mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations for staff, ensuring a safe and healthy working environment. We, as I'm sure all of you did, closely monitored the COVID situation in South Africa and adjusted our policies as needed following the latest public health guidelines and recommendations that were issued. Next, reviewing and approving the Cotlands Delegation of Authority schedule, CapEx expenditures, and new senior leadership positions. We conducted extensive assessments of the needs and opportunities within our organisation and made the necessary investment to capitalise on them. Enhancing our board pack structure and content and holding development sessions to improve the skills of board members. We recognise the importance of continuous learning and improvement, both for individual board members and for Cotlands. So these sessions provide valuable insights, allowing us to refine our governance practices and better serve the needs of Cotlands. The material matters and challenges we faced currently include securing sustainable funding to support our organisation's operations and growth. This is a constant challenge, and as such, we continue to strive to diversify our income sources and to tap into innovative new funding opportunities, including international grants and sponsorships for learners that are undertaking the Cotlands Ignite QCTO ECD Level 4 qualification. Improving advocacy efforts and impact, both within Cotlands and across the ECD sector. We are aware, as we all are, of the systemic challenges in the education sector and are committed to using our influence and expertise to drive positive change. This includes building strong relationships with key stakeholders, such as the Department of Basic Education, DBE, and collaborating with other players in the ECD sector to amplify our collective impact. Successfully implementing Cotlands Ignite at scale, leveraging our innovative online training platform. Cotlands Ignite has the potential to revolutionise ECD skills and qualifications in the country, but we face several systemic challenges beyond our control. We're dedicated, though, to overcoming these obstacles and to ensuring the platform's success, ultimately benefiting countless learners and educators in the ECD sector. In terms of performance against our strategic objectives, under our CEO, Dr. Monica Stach's leadership, Cotlands has really displayed exceptional adaptability in the face of adversity, continuously evolving and reinventing itself to weather various storms. We remain immensely proud of our project and toy library programs and performances and the impact of them on the children who attend them. However, like many NGOs, we constantly need to stay focused on securing additional sustainable income and refining and amplifying our advocacy efforts. The transition of ECD from the Department of Social Development, DSD, to the DBE has presented new challenges and opportunities. While this shift is a positive development in principle and one we support, it requires significant adjustments and learning for all parties involved. We are, however, committed to navigating this transition and working closely with the DBE to ensure the continued success of our programs. The board functioning and performance. The board has functioned very effectively, with the addition of new members bringing fresh perspectives and invaluable insights and skills. Our performance review process has allowed for individual feedback to be provided to board members. fostering continuous improvement and growth. Our subcommittees have also functioned well, ensuring that Cotland's strategic direction is well supported and guided. In terms of governance and ethics, as we approach our centenary, we continue to maintain the highest standards of governance and ethics, tolerating absolutely no deviations from these principles. We have a strong, capable, and committed team, and we strive, and they strive, to create a culture that brings out the best in everyone. When it comes to delivering value to our stakeholder, Cotlands really stands as a beacon of excellence, impact, and professionalism in a challenging and sometimes, frankly, overwhelming landscape. We purposefully allocate our resources to maximize the value we deliver to donors and to recipients, and our dedication to best practices ensures that we continue to make a meaningful impact and difference in early childhood development. When it comes to our outlook and future challenges, well, in the short term, our focus is on enhancing our advocacy efforts, ensuring the success of Cotlands Ignite, and exploring a minimal viable product for our for-profit venture. These priorities have the potential to be game changers for our organization and the broader ECD sector. As a number of our current board members reach the end of their tenure and are constitutionally obliged to step down, we have also actively recruited new members. In the medium to long term, our concerns center around the ongoing challenges in the education sector and the need for sustained focus on ECD. Securing sustainable funding, I think I've mentioned it a few times, remains a pressing issue, and it is crucial for us to preserve our commitment to addressing the critical needs of South Africa's children. In terms of acknowledgements, I really would like to express my deepest gratitude to every donor who makes our work possible, to all the caregivers and parents who dedicate themselves to improving the lives of the children in their care, each Cotlander, and a number of you are on this call, so I would like to look you firmly in the eye, each Cotlander, for your daily contribution and commitment to Cotland's mission. Thank you. The executive team, also on this call, for your unwavering dedication and delivery. Monica, who is a loved, respected, and exceptional leader, and my board and fellow board members, for your support, for your input, for your dedication to Cotland's success. Thank you. Together, we will continue to make a lasting impact on the lives of countless children and families, really building a brighter future for South Africa, a country we all love and care about. Nozizwe, I'd like to call on you as our acting CEO to take us through the next part.
Thank you so much, Niven. I am here to present the Chief Executive Officer's report, Dr. Monica Starr. So I'll read as it's written. I am proud to share the progress and achievements we have made over the past year, thanks to the dedication and collaboration of our team, partners, and stakeholders. As Chief Executive Officer at Cotlands, I am excited to present an overview of the work we have accomplished, the challenges we have faced, and the opportunities we have seized to make a positive impact on early childhood education and development. Our organization has grown and adapted to meet the evolving needs of our communities, while maintaining our commitment to delivering high-quality programs and services. Throughout this journey, we have been fortunate to work with a diverse and passionate group of individuals who share our vision for a better future. The board review. This year at Cotlands, we experienced both achievements and challenges in our journey to make a difference in the early childhood development sector. We successfully laid the groundwork to create social enterprise initiatives that we plan to advance in the next financial year. Despite facing reduced funding, we managed to achieve significant growth in our project-based work. However, we encountered some disappointments, such as not securing the desired number of sponsorship for Cotlands Ignite training and not achieving the expected uptake in toy library membership among parents. These experiences taught us valuable lessons, such as the importance of generating income independently and presenting research results to bolster stakeholders' confidence to continued support from investors and donors. Key themes for the year included diversifying our income streams with a focus on increasing international funding. We have also aimed to expand our course offerings on Cotlands Ignite, launched weekly workshops as potential income generator and positive valuable knowledge to those in the field. Additionally, we have worked on improving our IT systems and software to better manage our toy library programs. This includes migrating to Sage Evolution for our financial package. Operating context. In the 2022-2023 financial year, Cotlands navigated a challenge operating environment marked by significant shift and changes. Despite the uncertainties and additional demand imposed by the Department of Basic Education, our organization persevered and achieved notable success. The broader economic and social landscape presented challenges such as reduced corporate social investment funding, disruptions due to load shedding, and high unemployment rates. We also faced difficulties in finding affordable skilled talent for specific roles and securing funding to close the skills gap in early childhood development. The Department of Basic Education function shift and differing requirements posed challenges to our operations, and we experienced funding cuts in certain regions. Despite these hurdles, Cotlands remained committed to delivering quality early childhood education and development services to communities in need. We continue to explore project-based collaborations with various sectors, such as mining and banking, where our customized solution can meet business objectives and create meaningful social impact for children and families. As a level 1 triple BEE contributor, Cotlands enables investors to claim skills development credits, furthering our mission to improve early learning opportunities for children across South Africa. Material matters. Maintaining the sustainability of Cotlands is a major concern. As we continually seek funding to support our organization and its operations, we are purposefully managing the challenges related to board succession planning as several members approach the end of their tenure. Additionally, we have struggled to manage and ultimately dispose of a building we owned, which consumed significant time and resources. Ensuring the viability of our online training platform, Cotlands Ignite, is another priority as we fine-tune its business model and marketing strategies. Balancing the pressure of providing a minimum wage to our employees and adhering to funding constraints has been a notable challenge. We have worked extensively to standardize certain roles and close the wage gap where possible. Furthermore, attracting talent with specialized skills has proven difficult, with salary expectations often exceeding what we can afford. Addressing these material matters is crucial and ensure the continued growth and success of Cotlands. Health and safety. Health and safety are important aspects of our operations, and we are committed to ensuring the well-being of our employees and the communities we serve. At Cotlands, we have been reviewing our occupational health and safety policy to better address different aspects of our operations, including remote work, play groups, and toy libraries. Although we haven't faced major incidents relating to food security or other health-related matters, we have experienced some security issues, such as theft of phones while delivering toys. Immediate remedial actions have been taken to enhance safety in these situations. We adhere to various health and safety requirements, such as screening employees for criminal record and sexual offences registers. As part of our general recruitment practice, all employees working with children are required to have a first aid certificate. Additionally, we provide onboarding and training for cooks to ensure proper food handling practices are followed according to the requirements. Our ongoing efforts aim to improve health and safety measures across all aspects of our operations. Strategy. In November 2022, we revised our strategic goals, reducing them from 6 to 3. The updated goals are increasing equitable access for vulnerable children to quality play-based early learning childhood education opportunities through strategic partnership to deliver toy libraries and early learning play groups programs that increase school readiness. The second one, providing accredited and non-accredited online face-to-face training for adults working with young children to improve the quality of play-based early learning programs. And the third one, which is the last, strengthening our advocacy efforts to support parents, promote play-based learning, and increase toy libraries in book libraries. We set performance goals for support functions, including finance, HR, business development, communications, and marketing. We conduct quarterly reviews of our progress using a scoring system to identify areas that require more effort. Summary of our progress on strategic goals. Access to quality play-based early childhood education. We saw 18% improvement in school readiness, increase from 6% improvement in the previous year. We felt on track with this goal, scoring between 60 and 80%. We identified the need to appoint an operations manager to focus on the aspects of our work. Training for adults working with young children. We scored less than 50% on this goal, mainly due to not achieving the desired number of enrolled learners and sponsorships. We faced system challenges with the authorities and are working on increase in our course offerings. Then advocacy. These goals scored between 60 and 80%. We revised our advocacy strategy and made progress towards achieving our advocacy outputs. As part of our ongoing efforts, we will continue to monitor and adjust our strategies to ensure that we effectively address the needs of vulnerable children, provide quality training for adults working with them, and advocate for play-based learning and increase access to toy libraries. Stakeholder relationships. Our board is actively involved in evaluating and crafting the strategy for the coming years. We conduct a parent beneficiary survey focused on satisfaction levels with our programs and similar surveys for toy library beneficiaries. This feedback helps us understand the effectiveness of our programs and processes. However, we could improve in getting more input from stakeholders, such as funders, into our strategy. Our relationship with the Department of Basic Education is not at the desired level. We hope to strengthen this relationship in the coming weeks and months to better understand their expectations and secure more funding for our work. With our parent stakeholders, we have seen better attendance rates and positive feedback from toy library beneficiaries. We continually strive to strengthen our relationship and address any challenges that may arise in partnership across various industries. The Department of Social Development transferred the function of early childhood development to the Department of Basic Education. This transition has required us to start many relationships from scratch, as the DPE works differently than the DSD. This shift has complicated the process, but we are working to adapt and maintain strong relationship with relevant departments to ensure the continued success of our programs. Board matters. The board has been focused on several key areas, including succession planning and changes to board papers. The board members have spent time evaluating and improving the board review process, incorporating feedback on the performance of the chairperson and the governance committee. It has also worked to strengthen the induction process to review board members and invested in board development. In the past year, we held 3 board development sessions addressing topics such as King IV and the new Non-Profit Act. These training sessions were tailored based on the board members' feedback and identified areas of development. Outlook. The outlook of our organization focuses on several key areas, including developing a social enterprise to generate revenue for the organization, unlocking sponsorship and funding for Cotlands Ignite to increase student enrollment, strengthening the research component to provide evidence for our work, positioning ourselves as thought leaders and attracting international funding. Strengthening relations with the Department of Basic Education on national, provincial, and district levels. Becoming a service provider to the Department of Basic Education with the potential to improve the quality of early childhood and early learning in the country. Challenges include a lack of success in securing international support beyond the Stephen Lewis funding, which will no longer support the organization. Stephen Lewis Foundation reviewed their strategy and funding criteria due to less international funding being available to them. From 2024 onwards, Stephen Lewis Foundation will only be funding smaller grassroots NGOs focusing on doing HIV and AIDS. However, we have been shortlisted for a USAID application and granted access to pool of IT specialists through Force for Good. Opportunities include partnering with the Department of Basic Education as a service provider to create a quality assurance plan and addressing a niche market in skills development within the sector. Additionally, scaling the toy libraries as resource centers within the sector through collaboration with the Department of Basic Education and other stakeholders in early childhood development presents a significant opportunities for growth and impact. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for the unwavering support and contributions from the various stakeholders, including our dedicated funders, committed employees, project partners, government agencies, board members, and community members. The collective efforts and passion have been instrumental in enabling the organization to achieve its goal and create a lasting impact in the communities we serve. I thank you.
Thank you, Nozizwe, and thank you to Monica in her absence as well for that very comprehensive report. So as you can see from the agenda, item 7 is the proposal of the financial statements. And I'd like to thank the auditors. Our auditors are LSG Integrated and the Cotlands Finance Department for the financial statements. As those of you who are involved in work like this know, it's no small effort to get financial statements ready and approved. And so I would like that we accept those financial statements, and I'd ask for somebody to propose that we do, please. Someone can put up their hand to propose that we accept. Thanks, Theo. And then someone to second, please. Maxine, thank you very much. The next item is some amendments to the Constitution, a fairly small amendment, but one worth bringing to the AGM. And notice is hereby given for the single amendment to the current constitution. And it comes under Addendum 2, which deals with meeting protocols for Cotlands. So point 1.3 under Addendum 2 currently reads that a quorum shall consist of 10 members, specifically a quorum for the AGM. And what our proposed amended wording is, after a fair amount of backwards and forwards, is that a quorum shall consist of 10 members, with a maximum of 5 members being represented by board members. So again, I'd like to propose that we accept that and would like somebody to propose and second that. I can Tash, thank you very much. You've proposed. And Janet, you've seconded. Thank you. With that, it's about the election of the management board to take Cotlands forward. And we've had 2 board members resign this year, Nicole De Silva and Mary Louise Samuels. And as with all board members that come into Cotlands, you know, they gave of their time, they gave of their effort, they gave all manner of contributions. Nicole, in particular, giving a once-off contribution that none of us will ever be able to repeat when she was our DJ at the 85th celebration party at the Johannesburg Country Club. And those of you who were there will remember it was very unusual in that people actually danced. So a huge thank you to Nicole and to Marie-Louise for their contributions over the past 2 years. And a huge and warm and very excited welcome to the 3 new members of the board. You know, a call went out for board members. We interviewed those who were nominated, and we really are delighted to welcome Bianca McGrath, Nicole Pillay, and Nwabisa Bika to the board. We really look forward to what you bring both personally and professionally, and are delighted that through our conversations with you and your review of Cotlands, that you decided to commit to the organization. Thank you. As Monica's report read out, but Nozizwe said, and as my report said, there are 3 board members, myself, Tashiana Page, and Motseki Majake, who need to step down because we've reached our constitutional term limit of 6 years. And so we will be stepping down in November, January, and February. And I won't use the opportunity of the AGM to thank Tashiana and Motseki. I'll save that for a separate occasion where we will thank them and we will properly step down. But given that we're needing to step down in the upcoming year, we wanted to at least give notice of it at this AGM. And so as I read out the names of the new board members for 2023 and 2024, I would ask that those board members put on their cameras, please. And so here we go. Bianca McGrath, Helen Lebone, Marcel Arnold, Maxine Merrifield, Motseki Majake, Nicole Pillay, Niven Postma, Nwabisa Bika, Tashiana Page, Theodore De Jager, and Yul Banda. And there we all are. Motseki is swooping in at the last minute. So a thank you looking backwards, a huge thank you in advance, and again, a very warm welcome to our new board members. And I would like somebody to please propose that these board members be accepted. Obviously, ideally not a board member. So if I could see a hand, Janet, thank you very much, an ex-board member of many years standing whose work on the Constitution has meant that we do now actually have term limits. Thank you, Janet. You've proposed that. Can we have somebody seconding it? Do I see a hand up? No, so somebody to second it, please. Mia Lang, thank you very much. That's always an awkward part, right? Like in a wedding. Does anyone here have any objections to these 2 getting married and you wait and you wait? Unfortunately, I've never been to a wedding where it's happened, and I've never been to an AGM where it has happened either. So I'm very glad this is not the first time. Item 10 on our agenda is the election of auditors, and I'd like to nominate the auditors for the ensuing year are MASA, who, like our current auditors, will be putting in an enormous amount of invaluable work. Could someone please propose that we accept MASA as our auditors?
Myself.
Thanks, Maxine. And someone to second that, please. Theo, thank you very much. And at this point, it's open to any general points and or questions from the floor, given that as with every AGM, we have got all manner of stakeholders on this call, and some from all over the world as well. Mpho, I see your hand is up.
Sorry, it's an errand event. Sorry.
Ah, it's a holdover hand from a previous item. All right, Mpho, thank you. Dr. Vuyelwan Klapo, I see your hand is up.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the presentation on especially both the chairpersons and the chief executive officer's reports. I just have one question around the risk which was mentioned around the funding, just to get a sense in terms of what are the plans that have been put in place to mitigate that particular risk.
Yeah, well, thank you for that question. I think I'd like to amplify and emphasize what was stated in our report. I think our primary effort at this stage is around the work that Monica is doing on her sabbatical around our for-profit venture. So this has been almost a year in the discussion. And it's really, without giving too much away because it's work in progress, it is about saying that Cotlands has exceptional expertise in advancing early children's learning development and the opportunities to access development. As you heard in the report, our baseline results, when you look at school preparedness for children, is considerably higher than if children were not to come to our programs, and it's considerably higher than other programs. And so can we, and we think we can, take this expertise amassed over the last few years in terms of early childhood development, but amassed over 85 years of operation, and turn it into a for-profit venture, one that would then cross-subsidize and support the charitable work of Cotlands and allow us to reach many more children, but through our own funding streams rather than through purely donor and corporate and trust streams. Because as you will know, this is a challenge for all NPOs, and we are incredibly fortunate in that we have some reserves in the Cotlands Trust, reserves that were built up over the years of very effective stewardship by previous CEOs, including Jackie Skuman, who's on the call. But those funds are limited, and we have to steward them with exceptional care. So in the context of having some latitude, but an increasingly difficult environment, our primary focus is on the for-profits venture, along with finding additional donors, particularly international donors. And then, of course, Cotlands Ignite, which is around equipping people to become qualified ECD practitioners and could become a for-profit venture as well, or at least a venture that covers its own costs, even if it never makes a profit. Dr. Klapo, does that satisfy you? There are more details in the annual report should you want to read through it, but for now, is that sufficient of an answer?
No, definitely sufficient, and thank you very much for that response.
Lovely. Thank you for the question. Any other hands up? Going, gone. All right. Well, with that, it's over to Nozizwe to do our closing thanks. Astonishingly early. We thought we'd be at 9:30. We are not. It's 9:55. Nozizwe, over to you.
Thanks, Niven. At this time, I would like to thank all the board members and subscribers for their attendance and continued support to Cotlands. Then I would like to thank Lubricon as well as Pepperco and Law Printing Our beautiful annual report that we have presented today would not have been possible without these valued partners. Lubricom designed and wrote the report with input from our leadership team and board. Papercorp provided the paper for the report, and Law Printing printed all the copies. Michelle from Singular Systems for proofreading our initial draft of our annual report, and KPMG for conducting the non-financial audit and assuring specific indicators within the report. And I would like to thank these for continued support for making all possible for Cotlands. Then with this being said, I would like to ask Niven to close the meeting.
Thank you, Nozizwe. Yeah, this is a bittersweet moment for me, having served on the board for 6 years, but it's too early in the morning to let the tears come into my eyes, so I'll blink a few times and keep them away. But with that, and with a few more months on the board with my fellow board members, I now have the opportunity and the obligation to close the meeting. And so with that, the AGM of 2023 for Cotlands is formally closed. Thank you, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Have a great
you.
day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.